I'm going to talk about the role of IP support the arrival of new supplements, foods, and drugs to the market, and specifically about the DAO case. So today I'm not going to talk just from a legal perspective, but with a focus on the business side and the impact of IP to the arrival of science-based innovations to the market. So let me briefly introduce Clarivate, the company that I work for. So we are a global company headquartered in London. So we are a leader provider of critical data, information, and workflow tools to support organizations to help to pace the innovations to the market, or the arrival of their innovations to the market. So we support researchers, biopharma companies, industries in general to protect their IP. And maybe you are familiar with our brands like Web of Science, Cortellis, The Renovation, and also ProQuest. So as mentioned, because the health and the nutrition industry is more sophisticated, and the R&D investments are bigger and are huge. So the IP strategies that are used in this, in this sector will be more similar to those that are applied by pharma and bio companies. So, for example, there are the so-called patent cliffs, where pharma companies are facing when their patents they are arriving to their expiration after 20 years. So there are a lot of millionaire sales in risk. So what they are doing, these companies, when this period are getting closer? So they are starting to go through a process of merger and acquisitions to increase their pipeline to support these sales. And also, like the right side graph shows, they are, after expiration of their patents, they are trying to increase their patent portfolio, also with compound derivatives that can, for example, be any way of inoculating a medicine. For example, we are hearing right now like potential inoculation of the COVID vaccine through nasal spray. So also they are constantly increasing their patent and product pipeline, and also retaining market recognition through trademark and brand investments, because after 20 years of the expiration of the patent, generics manufacturers will be able to commercialize these products. So another strategy that is available for these investments are the so-called patents of first and further medical use. So even though and this is allowed by the European Patent Convention, but also in the US. So even though to have a new invention granted, it has to be new, and therefore it doesn't have to be on the state of the art. So the Article 54 of the European Patent Convention, that sets the requirement of novelty, allows the patentability of substances or compositions that are already known, but that can be used for any method for the treatment of the human body, that of course is not comprised in the state of the art. So, and this was what allowed the arrival of medical foods to target these medical disorders caused by the deficit of the DAO. And therefore, it helped to support the huge investments, from the scientific perspective, and also regarding the regulatory authorizations to get these products into the market and to arrive to patients. So there are strong patent portfolio of medical use of medical foods related to DAO, to prevent and treat several medical disorders like fibromyalgia, ADHD, migraine. So these are the disorders that have been discussed in the previous sessions. So this use of the use claims of patents, it's a well-known already case in the farm industry, and these companies have been using these strategies. This is the case of these repurposing drugs like the Bayer aspirin that has proved to be effective to lower the cardiovascular attacks, and also Pfizer sildenafil that can treat also effectively the erectile dysfunction with the product Viagra. So why IP is so important? Because from business perspective, it provides freedom to operate to companies so that they can mitigate market and operational risks. So it will enable them that nobody can stop them of manufacturing their products or selling across their markets their products, because they are not having the risk to infringe third IP rights. So this is really important to ensure that the proper functioning and the selling and the manufacturing of these products. Another important aspect of IP is that IP owners can exclude competitors. They can go against unfair competitors and to enforce their IP rights against copycats, so that other companies trying to take advantage of their own others' R&D investments, so it can avoid this kind of unfair behaviors. And also, IP can enable R&D and market collaborations through joint ventures and mergers and acquisitions, as I was mentioning in the slide, when these patents arrive to their expiration. And also, of course, these mergers and acquisitions are driven by IP value, and this IP value it will depend on the scope of the patents, or the patent protection and the trademark protection and the geographies, and also the time these IP rights are expiring in when we are talking about patents. And also, of course, there are organizations which the business model is just to focus on the invention itself, and then will collaborate with others that are better positioned to manufacture these products or to sell them through the markets. So, as a conclusion, if IP is a sign of value for investors, so we should, promote the use of IP as a way to raise capital, and this is especially important for high growth companies, small medium entities, or spin-off startups that are rich in IP assets but are not able to leverage those IP assets to get funding because they are in a very early stages, so they are still not performing strongly in revenues, but they are rich in these IP assets that can create a lot of opportunities to perform great on sales. So even though the accounting systems nowadays allows the capitalization of internally developed intangible assets, including patents, of course, but also scientific and clinical studies and trials, still there is a limitation because, of course, the capitalization is regarding the cost incurred in the creation and development of these assets, but still they don't show the real market value and market potential. And for example, when this asset is acquired externally, it's not generated internally, you can account that as an active with a real market value. And so it penalizes at some way, the IP assets that have a huge potential but are developed internally. So this is a challenge, but at the same time, an opportunity. So to make these improvements on the accounting systems. And also in relation with that, there is a lack of standard IP valuation methods. So as these examples of these countries like Singapore and Belgium, but across Europe, there are conversations, there are debate of how to develop IP evaluation models that can be used by the financial community to help these high growth companies that are rich in IP assets, but are not able to demonstrate their value, so that they can use IP as a collateral, especially in this framework of that we were talking about earlier regarding the knowledge-based economy. And also it's really important for driving merger and acquisitions processes, so that in this process can be in a fairly way assess the value of a patent. So that's what I wanted to share with you. I hope that it's been useful, and we'll be very happy to connect with you through email if you have any questions regarding these topics. So thank you very much.